Hey everyone, my name's Dave Dahl and I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of Pro Tips, where today we'll be answering your questions. All right, let's get going. What we got? All right, this is a question I get asked very often, but it's an excellent question. What is the best acoustic guitar size for beginners? There's no real right answer for choosing a guitar. It's really what's comfortable for you, and that really doesn't change when it comes to beginner instruments. So you might think, all right, maybe the best idea for me is a smaller guitar. So here we have one of a cutaway from our junior series. Might be a perfect guitar for someone of smaller stature. I don't know if you can tell on camera, I'm kind of big, so if I was just starting out, this guitar might not be necessarily comfortable for me because I'm hunched over. I actually saw an example of that. We had a music festival recently. There was a person there that was trying out some instruments and didn't know which one to choose. Was going right to the junior series, figuring, again, seems like a realistic starter spot, but she just didn't seem to be comfortable with it. A dreadnought was a little bit too big, so we got her into a tripolo where she was, felt more comfortable and upright, posture was good, everything was in reach. So for me, just as a reference on camera, like this is, I'm standing up, but if I was sitting on the couch or anything, I'd be hunched over a lot. So for someone of a smaller stature, maybe kids, this would be a great starter guitar for them. Just a point of note, these are also a great travel guitar, just saying, because they're small. Conversely, we have Dreadnought. Again, this is from our X series, but you can see already, like this on me fits better. I'm much more comfortable. Everything's right in front of me. So if I was starting out personally, I would start on this, but as with anything else, I would say go to your store, local dealer, try out a bunch of guitars, see what fits you best. Okay, best way to add or attach a guitar strap. So somebody wants to play standing up. That's a good idea. Do we have, okay. Yes, we do have a strap. Fantastic. So, guitar strap. You might notice that this has little shoelaces on it, and if you don't know what those are for a guitar, such as this one. This is very convenient that these things are just laying around for me. You have a guitar such as this one that does not have a spot to attach this hole on the strap. So these strings, and you may have seen pictures of people doing this, these strings, you tie underneath the strings here, just literally wraps around the headstock, and you just tie a knot, and then the strap will be attached up there. For something like this guitar, we do have the end pin for the other end of the strap, and these are just kind of put in by friction. You just put them in, twist a little bit. Do not hammer these things in. Do not glue them in. All you need to do is twist it in there, and you can see I'm pulling on it. It's not coming out. I give it a little twist and it comes out. That is absolutely plenty to keep the strap in there safely. You can add a strap button, which you see on this guitar, where we have it here. That way you don't have to tie it up around the headstock. This is where we recommend that you install the strap button. A lot of meat in there in the heel. You may have also seen some people put it in the back of the heel or even directly into the side of the guitar. We don't do that at the factory. Our recommended spot is right there. You should definitely have one of your service professionals. One of our warranty centers is a good example to install that strap button for you. You'll also have some guitars of ours that have electronics in them, like this one, which also have a strap button in the back for ease of playing live with a strap. All right, where should I keep my OMJM? In the original case, a soft shell, or outside? Well, I'll always recommend that we keep guitars in cases. It's just a better protector for the instrument. And okay. Hard shell case, perfect. There's no way, there's a John Mayer in this. That is a happy coincidence. So, as I said, if you're not familiar, I'll just get it out. So, this is our OMJM John Mayer signature model. You can see it's full gloss. Definitely best kept in the case. As I said, I'll always recommend having guitars sit in cases. I know they're pretty. This is an example of a very pretty guitar. The case is the best tool for survival against the elements, against a dog running around, kids in the house, things can fall off the stands, humidity, heat, all of those things are detrimental to the instrument. And the case kind of acts as a buffer to the outside world. So if it gets really hot in the room that you're in or just the area that you live, again, that case will kind of keep everything sequestered. You can have a hygrometer in there. You can just monitor everything you're doing in there. Soft shell case is also a good idea. It's just obviously not going to protect it as well, right? Soft shell cases are great for if you're gigging or something and you want to take it, not carry a heavy case around. Outside, not so much. I don't know if you mean like on your porch or you just mean outside the case. Again, for all of the reasons that I just said, you probably want to keep it in the case. I know people have them out as decoration. People can have them out in rooms that are humidity controlled, right? You can have an expensive system in the house where every room is at the perfect humidity. For example, our range is between 45 and 55% humidity. I'm just going to put it out there again. That doesn't necessarily mean that if everything sits in 50% that every guitar is perfect. They're all different. That's why we have a range that we ask. Again, just the simplest thing, keep it in the case, keep it protected against the elements, against dogs, against anything. That's your best spot. All right, let's see what we got here. What do I do if I'm scared to change the strings on a $4,000 Martin? If you're really nervous, I mean, you know, let's be honest, it's an expensive guitar, and you don't want to damage it. Maybe you're just not familiar. That's fine. The safest thing is probably to take it to a warranty center, a dealer, to have them do it for you. If you have an experienced guitar playing friend, you can have them do that. If you'd like to fly me out to wherever this is, I'll change the strings for you and show you in person. Dinner needs to be included, however. If you have changed guitar strings before, just be careful. Obviously, I mean, you would be careful anyway. You're not going to necessarily do any harm to the instrument unless like you drop it or anything like that. It's perfectly safe to change all 6 strings at one time. You don't need to do one string at a time. There are lots of helpful tools, so you don't have to wind strings by hand. There's a lot of resources out there. So if you're still feeling a little bit scared, then take it to a professional. Maybe work with them directly. Okay. All right. Next question. Tips and steps to increase tuning stability. That's an interesting one. Wow, that's going to incorporate a lot of different things. So I would say the first thing is to make sure that your guitar is set up properly. If the action, meaning the relationship of the bottom of the string to the top of the fret, if that is too far, getting that extra travel distance when you're pushing down will cause the guitar to play sharp. It may be in tune when you tune the strings open, but as soon as you try to play a note, it's going to pull those things sharp. So having the proper setup, geometry all the way through from nut to saddle on the guitar is the first thing. There are some things you can do with the guitar once it is set up, and it's some things that some people miss sometimes. Most tuners, not like closed back tuners like these, have screws on the side of them, and over time they can come loose. So when you're moving them, you shouldn't feel any that are like excessively tight or any that just kind of spin loose. Both of those things can happen. So you can take either a Phillips head, or it depends on what the screw is, right? And just tighten that up a little bit because your tuning machine itself might be slipping. String stretching, very important. So I'll just take the D string. So D string, and now if I pull on it, hear how the note changed, because the string isn't properly seated either at the bridge or in the tuning post. So pulling on it gently like that, and then tuning it again, and then keep pulling like that until it doesn't move anymore. So that's another thing, key thing that I think people miss. If the strings aren't properly seated, the more you play, the more they kind of tend to move, and you're going to be fighting it a lot. Obviously, there's some extraneous things that we can't necessarily protect against. So if you're playing outside in the heat, obviously your neck is going to continue to move because of the heat. Same with the cold as conditions change. So you might be kind of fighting it during gigs. Everybody kind of does that. Proper setup, make sure the tuning machines are working properly. The intonation should be set. These have a compensated saddle in them. The scale length is pretty much set, but setup, stretch your strings, make sure your tuning machines are working properly. Should be good to go. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe and keep a watch out for more of our content. And we look forward to more of your questions below in the comments for the next episode of Pro Tips. See you then.